ABC News, World News Sunday. Here's Forrest Sawyer.
Good evening. As the presidential campaign enters its final days, a new ABC News poll shows Bill Clinton continuing to hold a solid lead over his rivals. Clinton leads President Bush by 10 points, 44% to 34. That's a slightly smaller margin than was indicated in a poll taken 2 days ago. Ross Perot is at 17%. Of course, the election will not be determined by the popular vote, but on a state-by-state basis. And an ABC News poll of each of the 50 states and the District of Columbia, released just 2 days ago, indicates even more clearly the difficulties the president is facing now. Governor Clinton is clearly ahead in 18 states, shown in blue, which would give him 261 of the 270 electoral votes he needs. He is leading in 8 states with another 47 votes. The president is clearly ahead in no states at all and is leading in only 3, shown in red, for a total of 18 electoral votes. 22 states in yellow with another 212 votes are a toss-up. Ross Perot is not leading anywhere, but he is playing the spoiler in such key states as Florida and Texas. And he was back out on the campaign trail today with some unusual explanations for past actions. With our first report on the candidates, Morton Dean.
It was a rare event. Ross Perot out of a TV studio and into a public arena. He had not done this sort of thing since early in July. That was just before he made the stunning announcement that he would not seek the presidency. Today in New Jersey, there was another stunning announcement. He offered a new reason for his decision back then.
I found myself in a situation where I had 3 reports that the Republican Party intended to publish a false photograph of my daughter who was getting married on August the 23rd, smear her before her wedding, and actually disrupt the wedding ceremony.
Perot gave no other details, no proof of his charges, but said he did not want to ruin his daughter's wedding by telling her why he was not going to run for president. So apparently at that July 16th news conference, he fibbed. He concocted the 2 reasons he gave for not running.
The Democratic Party has revitalized itself. They've done a brilliant job, in my opinion, in coming back.
He also claimed that 3 presidential candidates would cause a deadlock in the Electoral College, and he did not want to do that.
I am absolutely convinced, or I wouldn't be standing here today, that putting this thing in the House of Representatives is negative and disruptive.
Whatever his real reason for not running then, he is running now, and he talked today like a candidate who is going to pull a big surprise on November 3rd. Morton Dean, ABC News, Flemington, New Jersey.
This is Ann Compton. The Bush campaign cut a swath from the Great Lakes to the Rocky Mountains today. At a fairgrounds rally in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, President Bush ignored Ross Perot. But backstage, he told ABC News there is no truth to Perot's allegation that Republicans were plotting dirty campaign tricks.
Well, I have enough confidence in the media to be sure they'll make him document that. That's preposterous, but and outrageous, as a matter of fact. But, you know, if he has some proof, put it out. You all will analyze it.
The president's stump speech targets these days are the media. His tongue lashings draw huge cheers. And, of course, Bill Clinton. Today, he told a barn full of farmers and ranchers about a London newspaper story which claims the Clinton campaign secretly contacted the European Community's president 2 weeks ago, asking for a delay in a world trade agreement on agriculture subsidies until after the election.
If this report is true, and if the Clinton campaign is going over to Europe interfering with a agreement that would benefit all American agriculture, it is a sorry, pathetic thing to be doing a few days before an election.
A Clinton spokesman told ABC News no one was authorized by the campaign to do any such thing, and he blamed President Bush for failing to lock up a trade agreement earlier. The Republican campaign is riding a wave, showing the 3-way presidential race tightening in some polls. President Bush today called it a sea change, and his campaign believes that means there are more undecided voters to target in the final days. Ann Compton, ABC News, Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
This is Chris Bury with the Clinton campaign in Michigan. This afternoon, at a fall festival in Saginaw, Clinton took pains to set himself apart from the president and Ross Perot.
Of all your choices, only one of them has ever balanced the government budget. Only one of them has never been part of the Washington lobbying scene.
Clinton has stepped gingerly around Perot and rarely mentions him by name. But today he took great glee in noting that Perot had accused President